This Saturday night marks the 60th running of the Australian Cup, and a spectacular night of greyhound racing will be taking place at the Meadows. And it's not just the Cup that will be captivating punters, James. We also have the Super Stayers happening, so it's one of those nights you just will not want to miss.
It's a spectacular night of racing, there's no doubt about that. We get to see the superstar that is Fantabale contest the Super Stayers, and the Australian Cup, well, it's a field to match the prize money. We're talking the second richest, equal second richest greyhound race in Australia. The Melbourne Cup's the only race worth more, and I think the Australian Cup, the Melbourne Cup, they're the pinnacle of our great sport, and this race looks a ripper.
Absolutely. Well, there's plenty to get through today, so let's take a look at who will be taking home a share of $350,000 in the Australian Cup as we take a look at the tab odds and box draw. In box 1, Slick $4.40. In 2, Dinah Forest $21. In 3, Chase and Crackers $4.40. In 4, Raw Ability, the favourite at $2.90. In 5, Zipping Inglis $8. In 6, Opal Nera $8. In 7, Hasten Slowly $16. And in box 8, Hecton Bale $5.50. The 2 reserves, Extreme Magic and Dinah Chancer. James, 8 heats were run. This is the field that we're now made up with. Let's go with box 1 and begin there.
Yeah, starting with number 1, Slick. Now, this greyhound I think is a little bit awkwardly drawn in box number 1. Most greyhounds want the inside in a big race, but I figure this greyhound's better drawn away from the rails. Now, there's reasons I say that. 3 starts from box number 1, and the only time he's been able to produce a win was in Rockhampton in Queensland. So this is obviously a lot harder of a race in comparison to that. His run in the Temlee was outstanding. He absolutely flew home behind Striker Light, and to win his heat, he was outstanding as well. He got squeezed out at the start from box 4, but he shifted to the outside and then just took off down the back straight. He needs room in running, and that's the key for box number 1, Slick.
Okay, let's move on to box number 2.
Yeah, number 2 is Dinah Forest. Now, this greyhound's a very promising youngster, went around at a big price in his heat, but he did get all of the favours in the early part, and I guess that's the concern I have for him. He won in 30.03, but like I say, he got all of the room, and he is going to have to go faster this week.
All right, tell us about Chase and Crackers in box 3.
Well, he's been a marvellous greyhound for a long time. He's becoming one of my favourites, Chase and Crackers, because he is so consistent. Whatever trainer Glenn Rounds throws at him, he just seems to equal that challenge, and we saw that in the Sale Cup when he stepped up to the 650. He was placed there against the likes of Fantabale and Quick Jagger, placed in a Melbourne Cup, placed in a Group 1 in Sydney. He's crying out for a Group 1, and this just might be it.
Okay, we know Raw Ability is good. He's the favourite. Do you agree with that?
I agree with the tab punters. I think they're spot on here with Raw Ability. What happened in his heat run, though, he jumped from a wide trap and the greyhound immediately on his inside in box 6, Tuggerah, crashed for the rail. Now, what that did was gave plenty of room for Raw Ability to accelerate, and we're able to get to see his pure potential. He went 5.07, 17.73, 29.89. He was strong, he was fast, he just looked to tick every box in his heat, and I think from box 4, there's not a stack of speed around him, so he should get a nice run.
Oh, it's going to be interesting, isn't it? Let's move on to box 5.
Starting with the bottom 4 now, Zipping Inglis into box number 5 for trainer Matty Lanigan. Well, he's only had his training licence for 18 months. He's already won a Hobart 1000. He's now into an Australian Cup. So good luck to Matty Lanigan. It's going to be a tough assignment. There's no doubting that. He was excellent from box number 8. Got the card across in his heat, and he was all too good last week.
Okay, what about Opal Nera?
I really like the look of Opal Nera, this greyhound for Tony Brett. Now, Tony won this race in 2004 with Bogey Lee, so he's looking to rewind the clock. He went 5.12, 17.70, but another greyhound who got the favours in his heat. There was a bit of crashing on his inside. He got the room to accelerate and whip down the outside, and he was pretty impressive in his heat run.
Okay, box 7, bit of value in Hasten Slowly.
Yeah, look, I think Hasten Slowly's drawn a bit upside down in box number 7. Got the room, got the breaks from box number 2 in the heat. The concern I have, Ellie, is this greyhound. I think he's going to get planted at the first corner, therefore box number 7's not ideal.
Okay, what about Hecton Bale to finish off the field?
Well, Hecton Bale was the most impressive, probably, I think fair to say, of the heat wins. He was the fastest qualifier getting through to this Australian Cup final. He went 29.76, but he did it from a beautiful draw. I say that he had Striker Light on his inside from box number 2. He jumped from 3, and he was just able to get the card into the race. He sat behind the leader, pounced down the back straight. That's not going to happen here. He's going to have to get a lot of luck going through that first corner. But wowee, what a field this is.
I was going to say, you've really got your work cut out for you. So what are your selections for the Australian Cup?
Well, my selections, I'm going with the punter's pick here. Number 4 on top, Raw Ability. I've settled on 4, 3, 6 and 8. for the reasons I spoke of just before. I think Raw Ability's proven himself at Group 1 level as well. He's won the Paws of Thunder, he's won the Adelaide Cup, he's living up to his name. He's got so much raw ability, and I think from box number 4, he'll get the room early, he'll make his own luck, and he looks the leader closest to the rail. I think Opal Nearer will be outpouring the pressure on, but I think if he holds the front raw ability, he can claim the Australian Cup. I've gone 3 Chasing Crackers for second. If he can begin as well as he did in the heat, he could be second or third going through the first corner. Therefore, he's a massive player here. For third, number 6, Opal Nearer. Just thought this greyhound can really accelerate in the run to the first corner. And I've thrown in number 8, Hecton Bale, for fourth, just based on pure class. And if you're taking Hecton Bale, you are relying on a lot of luck in the run to the first corner.
All right, so Raw Ability is the one to beat. So you think, what are you doing for your $20 suggested
Well,
bet?
let's just keep it real simple, hey, Ali. We'll just have 20 the nose and away it goes. On Raw Ability, I think it's a fairly safe way to play. And this is just a race steeped in history. We've seen the likes of Brett Lee, Bogey Lee win this race, Dinah Double One, and of course last year it was the great Fanta Bale.
Let's talk about Fanta Bale because she is set to break some serious records.
Oh, she is. If she wins the Superstayers on Saturday night, she'll eclipse Fernando Bale's highest prize money record. He currently stands at $1.29 million. If she is to win, her prize money goes to a staggering $1.36 million. Oh, it's unbelievable. And look, most punters think she'll be winning. She's the Tab Fixed Odds favourite. She's drawn box number 1 and she's just an absolute winning machine.
All right, well, will she be on top for you for the Group 1 Superstayers final?
Well, here's the spanner that I'm throwing into the works. I'm actually tipping against her, and I think the Fanta Bale show to break the record will roll on a little bit longer. Okay. I've gone the kennel mate on top, Rip and Sam. My numbers for the Superstayers, 4, 1, 6 and 7. I just thought Rip and Sam was drawn to get a really good run. Fanta Bale's got speed in 1, Magic Hornet 3 and also Quick Jagger in 5. So there's going to be a little bit of pressure and I just thought maybe Rip and Sam can drop behind that speed, sit about 4th or 5th with a lap to go, and if he's close enough to Fanta Bale, I think he can wear her down. They ran identical times in the heat last week and I just thought there could be a little bit of a minor upset in the Superstayers. I know a lot of people think I have this thing against Fanta Bale, but that's not the case. I absolutely love her and I think she's an unbelievable greyhound. But I just think at $1.70 or thereabouts she is at the moment. I just think Rip and Sam represents a little bit of value, although I'd love to see Fanta Bale win, don't get me wrong.
All right, so what are you going to do for the punters for the $20 suggested bet?
Well, just to show that I love Fanta Bale, I'm going to do a $20 quinella with numbers 1 and 4. Fanta Bale, Rip and Sam, so she can win and we can still make money. Seems fair.
Beautiful. Well, it's going to be a spectacular night of Group 1 greyhound racing out at the Meadows on Saturday night. You're going to be there? Yes,
hosting for Sky with Dave Carlson. So tune in on Saturday night, hopefully tipping plenty of winners.
And it is one of those nights you will not want to miss. We'll see you at the Meadows this Saturday night. And for all the best form guides, you can head online to grv.org.au.